Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video by me, FoxyNoTail, here on the truly Bedrock survival server, and you may see before you the thing that I'm looking at, which is a Guardian farm over by another big hole in the world. And I've seen people saying, oh, is this part of the next storyline for truly Bedrock? It's absolutely not. This happens when the game crashes, or the server crashes now. You can get these chunk lines appearing in your world, and they never reload in. You have to go into world edit, something like MCC tool chest, and fix them. But we're not here to talk about world holes today. We are here to talk about Guardian farms, and me and Slack have recorded to this point 3 full days of working on this farm. Not just the top bit, we've done a lot of decorating, but unfortunately all of my recordings broke. Every single one until the last day has broken, so all my audio is gone. The footage is there, but none of my audio, so you can't hear anything. So I'm going to start from the beginning and I'm going to talk you through it. This design we've got down here is exactly the same design that we used in Truly Bedrock Season 1, which is the exact same design that I have a tutorial for. If you want to learn how to build it, head over to my tutorials playlist and you'll find it in there. It still works 100% on Minecraft 1.16. The only difference now is you might notice each of the corner portals are not being used. Oh, and I need to turn this off because this is actually on and it'll be loading Guardians into the Nether. Yeah, let's turn that off. So because we now have despawning, we have a max range that mobs will spawn from the player and then despawn. Those corner ones are actually just out of range from our AFK spot. So they're useless, but it doesn't actually reduce the rates of this farm at all. This farm, now that despawning exists in the game, is ridiculously fast. It is incredibly fast. It gives us too many resources, more than we can actually handle with the collection system, which we did have, but we've torn out and we're trying to build again, which we haven't started yet. Anyway, we'll get to that later. For this farm, you do not need to get rid of the ocean monument underneath. It is absolutely not required, but you do need these columns that go all the way down to below the distance from where things can spawn from the player or despawn. And these columns are where Guardians will actually spawn in the world. If you're not already aware, the ocean monuments on Bedrock Edition have 25 spawning spots where Guardians will spawn. They won't spawn randomly anywhere else. They will only spawn at these 25 points where we've got pillars. And they will start spawning at the highest spot and make their way down if it's blocked. So we can create these fancy little portal boxes, which means that they can go through. These have got dispensers in. The dispensers have got buckets of water in. When we press the button at the top up there, the slime extender goes down. It activates these lines of repeaters which go underwater, which activates the dispensers, which puts water on that block there. And then Guardians can spawn. When they spawn, they actually spawn on the top northwest corner of the block just there, which means they're already half inside the Nether Portal, so they instantly get transported into the Nether, where we can then be AFK and dealing with them. So this farm does require 2 people, or it requires you to AFK here for no more than a minute or 2 before you'll reach mob cap and crash out the server. And yeah, if you've got 2 players, it's much better. So these portals all link to a couple of portals in the Nether, and that portal over there links to another one that we can actually access nearby so we don't end up in the killing system. So yeah, that is this bit, and if you, like I say, if you want to get a little bit more information on that, please do check out my tutorials. But now let's go and check out what's going on the Nether side, because that's where all the exciting stuff's going on. So as we go through into the top section, you'll see there we actually have a couple of Guardians the other side of that wall. We've got a chute here with some open fence gates. There should be lava there, but there isn't. It's actually working without the lava. And if we go around the other side over here, you will see there's another window here, and you can see a portal there. The reason we've got 2 windows is we're actually using a split chute design. There is some fancy redstone that's downstairs, which I'll show you later, which actually opens up these 4 blocks here and opens up that side of the portal and closes the other side of the portal, so that we can use 2 different drop chutes, which means that the Guardians will go to 2 different places based on what we want. So we can have an AFK platform right at the bottom where the Guardians will just go down and splat, and we'll get all of their loot, we'll get all of their items, or we can use the other side where they will go down into a particular room where we can use a Trident Killer and get lots and lots of XP, and also something else that's rather fancy that we've got going on down there, which I'll show you in a minute. Now, you may have noticed that this room is incredibly well decorated. Slack actually decorated this up here. It's absolutely wonderful. It's fantastic. It's amazing. I really, really love it. And he's used, obviously, the basalt and the blackstone stuff up here with some of the red netherwort and some of the new, I think they're called weeping vines. It looks amazing. It really does look wonderful as you come through from the overworld where it's so plain into here. And you start making your way down into the system. So if you hop round this way, past where the tubes are, you will go down this staircase, which just seems to go on forever. And Slack has put so much time and effort into decorating this side of the farm. We will get to bits that I've done in a moment. But when we get to the bottom part here, we come into our first chamber, which is the XP chamber, if you like. So these guardians are all here. They're sat inside a Trident Killer, and behind me, we've even got a little basalt farm, which if I stand there with my netherite pickaxe, you'll see I'm getting basalt. The idea here is that if you stand on this observer right in the center, turn on the Trident Killer, you will get enough XP from those guardians as they're raining down to firstly keep your pickaxe repaired as you're gathering all of that basalt, and also repair all of your armor as well. You get loads and loads of XP from this thing. As you'll see in a second, it will start coming through as the Trident kills more and more Guardians, and I will start getting loads and loads of XP, which means we get loads and loads of basalt. There you can see my XP is starting to go up. My pickaxe is starting to repair. It's amazing. It's a really, really fancy design. Now, it's very, very loud. It's very loud, and when you've got this farm on full, it's not laggy, but it does reach mob cap quicker than the Trident Killer can kill it. So really, realistically, we shouldn't be running this thing when there are other people online, because if we've reached mob cap in here, then no one else is going to get mobs to spawn. So we've got that system there. We've also got a lever here, which actually runs a system to put the basalt into this chest here, so we don't have to go down. And if I just show you this basalt generator, it's based on the design that Prowl made, although we've made quite a few adjustments to it to make it more lossless. It's got a lot of hopper minecarts in there, under the lava, under the soul sand, and also next to it, because there is a bit of a bug where in Prowl's design, the hopper minecarts will slide out from underneath the soul sand, because he actually uses the glitch method to put them in there. We've used rails, so they won't glitch out. And yeah, the basalt just comes through, it gets taken up this little dropper elevator there, and it all gets put inside of that chest there, which is fantastic. Let's get rid of that. There is another lever in this room. This one, if I flick that, will actually change which chute we're using. So if we run back upstairs now quickly, like so, you will see that when we get to our portal, now this side, which is the one opposite that, is open, and the other side, which is the one that was open before, is now closed. So when we load the Guardian farm, the Guardians are not going to go in that drop chute. They're actually going to go down the other drop chute and into our main room, which we'll check out in just a second. But before we check that out, I'm actually just going to flick this back on and get rid of all of those Guardians while mining basalt, so that we can clear out that little pod there and also get loads of basalt. Me and Slack both absolutely love basalt, and we want as much of it as possible for our builds. So yeah, let's carry on digging this until those Guardians are all gone. Okay, while I was doing that actually gave me a good opportunity to get Chuck's computer running so that we can get him online and show you the next bit. But before we do that, I just want to point out that this Trident Killer is not your normal basic Trident Killer. It is actually one that I created for dealing with spiders, and it's actually a 2x2 one. So what it does, it only has one side out at any time, and it all retracts, so you can get the Guardians popping in without them always being stuck on top of one of the pistons. By doing this, it works really well for things like spiders and Guardians, which tend to jump around a bit, and spiders being too wide, because they can actually get down to the level of the Trident and take damage. So yeah, if you're going to build something like this, make sure you do it with a decent sized Trident Killer. And just be aware that if you're running this while other people are online, they are not going to be able to get any Guardian spawn in unless you have it in AFK mode, which we're going to check out next. One last thing to look at in this room. It looks very nicely decorated. I actually did this room. I wanted to go for a more of a clean sort of prismarine-y look, but with some of the black stone as well. And we've also used some of the new quartz bricks. And we've got a little hole here which we can look through to see the other Guardians falling down when the other shoots on. So if I get Chuck in now, you'll see Guardians starting to fall down that hole. And there they go, falling down that hole now that Chuck is online. That's absolutely fantastic. So let's go down this tunnel And I did this one, so Slack did that one coming down to here. I did this room, and I did this bit down here as well. And Slack and I both worked on the parts below this. So I've done these rooms here. Slack and I both did our main room, which is not finished yet. It's still got loads of shulker boxes and stuff around. But yeah, you can see the Guardians now fall down through this chute here, and they land on there and splat. Now, we did have a collection system in here, albeit a temporary one that was collecting all of the stuff. We've actually removed that now because we're planning on adding in the proper collection system. But just for the demonstration, you can see how fast the Guardians are coming down here and dying. And they produce 25,000 items per hour. 25,000 items per hour. It's a lot of fish, a lot of prismarine, and a lot of prismarine crystals, which means we can make a lot of prismarine things and sea lanterns, which is great. I've already got over a shulker box of sea lanterns just for myself, as well as all of the ones for the build in here as well. And it's absolutely amazing. So the plan for this room is that these chests around the outside here will all contain the shards and the prismarine crystals. And the ones at the back here, although these are not actually chests, these are furnaces. These are going to be our cheaty, glitchy furnaces. And we're going to feed the fish directly into these in order to keep those charged. Now, you can see at the back, we've started on the redstone for these. We've got chests and things in place. We've got hoppers in there for the fuel and stuff like that. But we haven't actually started pumping any items in there at all. And similarly for these chests here, we've got the hoppers and things behind them, but we've got no distribution system just yet. And I really like the design for this room. Slack and I came up with it together. It's absolutely wonderful. Again, a mix of the blackstone with some of the prismarine and a little bit of quartz as well. I think really does tie it all together, and I think it looks absolutely wonderful. Well, it's at this point in the video that I actually start having a little bit of content from that hasn't been corrupted or hasn't got the audio missing from it. So I'll start adding in some clips of that, I think. But before I do that, I will just show off the last few bits just because I might as well while I'm doing this recap. So we're going through into these rooms, which are going to be mainly just for the redstone for the furnaces. And then outside of here, I made this path that goes over to Slack's area there, which is where our piglin bartering friend is. Paul the piglin is just through here. And then if we go the other way, we actually did this tunnel down here on a live stream together. So the stairs here go down to the main nether tunnel, and Jesse B actually came along and helped us with the roof design because we were struggling with the roof a little bit. Slack and I did the walls, which is a variation between the nether wart block, basalt, and these crimson stems, I think they're called. And I think this looks absolutely amazing. We've put buttons on these basalt stairs, which alternate between the raw basalt, the polished basalt, and the blackstone bricks, just to stop spawning. Don't want things spawning down here because we do get regular magma screams spawning down here, which is not ideal. And going all the way down here takes us all the way down to the main nether tunnel, which is absolutely brilliant. But it does take a little while, and we do have a faster route, which I have been working on. It's not decorated yet. But yeah, if I look up here, I've got a big hole and a little platform at the top that I can land on. So if we fly like that, I can land. Oh, I missed. Yeah, like I said, it's not finished yet. I can land. Oh, jeez. No, I can't land. I can land. No. Okay, let me try again. Let me try again, because I need a bit of practice, okay? So the platform is there. I misjudged it. Let's try that again. Fly up. There we go. I did it that time. We can land up here and get in. Now, I'm not going to just have it so you're flying up a horrible janky hole. I will decorate all of that so you're coming up something nice. But for now, that's going to just have to stay like it is because, yeah, I haven't got time to record anymore for this episode. Well, because I don't want this episode to be ridiculously short because of all of the errors with my recordings, I thought I'd pop over to our base area, the area where we're going to be living soon, and show you how this is coming along. I've done a couple of live streams over here. I haven't really done a great deal yet, but I am slowly working on the area. As you've seen before, we've completely cleared all of the trees off this main area here, and in the last live stream, I actually dug out this water past this hill here and over to that point there, going through, linking up with this little stream, and then adding this stream here between these mountains. And if you don't know why I'm doing that, I'm basically trying to make it so that the water completely goes the whole way round this little island in the middle, leaving that island completely separate. I'm also going to be cutting off that little lump there because we've got a few of those. I call it a lump. It's like a hill. We've got one there, look. And we've got one over there. And it's really nice just having these like completely little isolated hills in the middle of the water. And there's one there as well. So you're going to be cutting that bit off there in another live stream. And then just tidying up the area as well so we can get building on it. And one of the things I need that basalt for is going to be for building on here as well. So yeah, this is all coming along very, very nicely indeed. Got ourselves a little camp set up down here with some of our bits and bobs in there that we've collected. And yeah, it's not much, but it's okay, you know. The last thing to show, I guess, is the Nether Portal that actually comes out of is not where the other one links to. We've had to create a separate Nether Portal, which actually links to this tunnel, which I don't know whose this is. It comes out of Mr. Beardstone, so I guess it's his, like, I don't know, ancient debris mining tunnel, maybe? My main Nether Portal is that way, but behind this, we've actually got a ladder, which I don't think I've got fire resistance on me. This could be quite dangerous. We've got a ladder that comes up to the open nether here, and if we fly that direction, we get to Slack's place, and if we fly up, oh, I can't remember which way it is. I'm pretty sure it's up and straight back in one of these directions. Basically, we get not far away from our blaze farm that we were doing a couple of episodes ago, which, yeah, I've completely forgotten how to get back to that. I'll figure that out, because that all needs sorting out. We've not actually been back to the blaze farm and done any decoration or anything like that over there, so we all need to sort that out and just get a way over to it sorted out, because at the moment there's no easy way of getting there other than a little hole I dug through the netherrack, which is not ideal. And last but not least on the list of things to do today is to come over to the shopping area and check to see if we've had any more profits, and also see if Prowl and Bluejay have restocked, because I haven't bought them out in a while. Let's check their chests. Oh, they have. They have, which means I need to spend some more diamonds. That's absolutely fine. Let's hop down into the Fiery Forge and see if we've made any sales in there. Unless Slack has been and restocked for us, we've sold absolutely no iron upstairs, but I've just popped downstairs and we've sold a little bit of basalt, which is great. And we've sold a little bit of blackstone, which is great. And we've sold a little bit of the cracked stone blackstone, or cracked polished blackstone bricks. Wow, that's a mouthful, that one. I didn't see any more in here. I think that's pretty much it. Let me just have one more last little check. No, that's it from there. So let's go and check the rocket shop and Slack's fish shop. It's not a fish shop, it's an enchanting book. Well, whatever. It is a fishing thing. You know what I mean. And the rocket shop has, oh, wow, a lot of diamonds, and somehow some firework rockets as well have got into there. So I need to check that we're actually not short of stock in here. Let's have a look. We've got lots of rockets there. What about upstairs? How far does it go up? That was a lot of diamonds in here. Oh yeah, they're very short. Yeah. So we definitely need to be restocking this thing then. So that's slightly concerning. Right, okay. And the other store. Hey Slack. Mushroom shop. One day there's going to be sales in there. I'm convinced of it. One day. Some enchanted books. That looks like it is it. Oh no, some name tags as well. So there we go. We've made just over 2 stacks of diamonds, which is pretty good. And there's one more shop I need to check, which is not a me and Slack shop. It is a me and BJW shop. And that, of course, is the scaffolding shop. Let's just check this out. People have been taking scaffolding out the shulker boxes. The shulker box is for sale. Oh, jeez. Oh, we've got some diamonds there. That's good. Let's take that out and put it in there. The whole shulker box is... Oh, jeez, they've done it again, look. Oh dear, one shulker. Yeah, maybe it's our bad signs, you know. The signs are probably not ever so great. But yeah, the shulker boxes are for sale with the scaffolding in it, not just to take out of the shulker boxes. Wow, okay. So there we go. We made a whole 5 diamonds worth of scaffolding sales, which is not great for me and BJ, but it's not bad. Now, let's go back and share out these diamonds. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got to buy all that iron. I'll come back to do that in a minute. Right, well, back at One Chunk Town, we have BJ's place over here. I'm going to give him half of those, and I'm going to give him the big half today. I'll keep the little half, although it's supposed to be the person that collects it keeps the big half, but I'm feeling generous. Let's go over to Slack's place. Oh, jeez. And drop some stuff in his shop profit box, which is actually this one. So he needs half of those, and half of those, which means he gets 65 diamonds altogether, and then to drop the rest into... Oh, geez, Slack, why? Why with this crazy door system into my little shop bit as well? Oh, man, it's been a while since I've been back here. And looking at our little chest there, it looks like Slack hasn't been and collected any profits on our behalf, which means we can put these in here. But, of course, we're not going to put those in there. We're actually going to use emeralds because of our weird thing that we're doing. And, yeah, so we need a stack there like that, and we need 3 there just like that. I can put all of those back in there. Oh, look, and all of those many more diamonds. Let's turn those into blocks, like so. Yes, nice. And then let's go and buy all of Prowl and Blue Jay's iron. Do you know what? I'm actually not going to do it. I'm not going to bother anymore. I like to have the iron, don't get me wrong, but there's no point. There's no point because they're massively undercutting us. We're not selling any of our iron, so I guess there's no point. I can't help it. I don't even need it, but I'm taking it all. I'm taking it all. I've turned it into blocks. It's mine. You can't stop me. I love it too much, this iron. I don't even want it. I just, jeez, I'm too rich. I'm too rich. I've got to spend it. Oh, this is a new shop. Slime shop. Oh, might buy some slime while I'm here as well. But yeah, I'm taking the iron. You can't stop me. I like it too much. Slime of your life. How much is this then? Slime blocks. 1 diamond per 32. That seems quite expensive, but I'll take some. Slime's so cheap and easy to get hold of. That does seem expensive. Surely it should be a stack. Should be a diamond a stack, right? Jeez. But you just said you're rich. Well, yeah, but nobody throwing it away, is there? Jeez. Here we go. We'll take 9 diamonds worth, which isn't actually that many slime blocks. But yeah, we need a slime farm. Slack and I need to get on it. But you're doing a raid farm next? Well, I haven't actually decided that yet, but I'd like to do a raid farm next, yeah. Don't get slime at a raid farm. I know you don't get slime at a raid farm. Anyway, on that note, as I fly away from the shopping area, I would like to say thank you all very much for watching this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please do leave a like. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. And hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye! And I'm sorry that it all messed up and you didn't get to see me slack building anything. It's, yeah, it's a shame. But it's kind of worked out okay, I think. Bye! Oh, there it is. World gone. World back.